transaction. So make sure before you complete the transaction, the seller, the person selling to you land, has cleared all the rates that were pending on the land. Please note that, because you're going to do a very great mistake buying it. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is African Child. Today we are back with another video about owning land in Uganda. Or you want to buy land in Uganda, you want to buy land for real estate, you want to buy land to build your own house. Like, what are the requirements? Like, what do you have to do in order to own land in Uganda? Please watch this video till the end so that you can get to know what are the procedures of owning land or acquiring land in Uganda. I'm going to basically be taking you through step by step. Watch the video till the end, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, hit the like button and press the notification bell so that every time I post a video you're able to watch my content. Anyway, so are you interested in living in Uganda? Are you about to buy land? Watch this video. Are you about to buy land in Uganda? Have you heard of conmen in Uganda? So before you buy land in Uganda, please watch this video. You're in the process of acquiring the land. Questions around land acquisition. So number one, set your budget. Draw a budget to determine the type of land you will be able to buy. You understand? So once you know that I have this kind of money, this amount of money, and I want to buy land to set up my building, to set up my real estates, so basically that's the first stage. And then this will bring us to the looking for land. Like, how are you going to look for land? When you already identify the land, site visit to the land or the property. Make a physical site visit. Go there by yourself and visit. You understand? So when you visit, then you have to know that, yeah, I think this is a real thing or this is a real deal. So the land is physical. So for the physical inspection, what do you have to look for? Look for a place that is near the main road, or how far is it to the main road? How accessible is it at night or anytime when it rains? You understand? So all the things should be under your considerations. And then you have to know, like, is there a water line? Is there electricity? Like, how easy is it going to be for me to get power? You understand? Schools, hospitals, all the services that you would need as a human being. So make sure you first do a survey about all these areas and find out if the place is suitable for you to stay in or do your investments at. So basically that's about the physical visit to the land site before purchasing it. And then the second stage, like what you have to do, appoint a lawyer to help you through the process. Trust me, it's hectic. Like, you cannot do the things alone. So you have to make sure that you have a lawyer who will help you. So a professional lawyer advocate is a very crucial person almost at all stages of the land acquisition. Like, if you want to purchase land, you need a lawyer. At least he will advise you on that technically, on what to do. Like, he will advise you technically on what to do on each stage, and you have to make sure that it's facilitated. But then if you have someone that you can trust, who has like a lot of knowledge about it, then they can also help you do that. Yeah, so then after appointing a lawyer to help you with the legal processes or taking you technically through the process, you will need to do a land title search in the land registrar's office. How are you going to do this one? So you can use the lawyer to verify the authenticity of the land title, yeah, through the land title registrar's office. So they will do that. What do you need, like, to carry with you? You need photocopy of the land title deed from the seller. So basically ask the seller to give you the photocopy of the land title deed so that you can avail it for the registrar or the land office registrar to go through it, and then they can make sure if that land is for real. Yeah. Once you are contented with the search or the results as presented by the lawyer from the land registrar, you can now meet the owner and discuss about the payments. So you can only meet the owner and negotiate the price after making sure that the land really exists. But then some people just go through the blockers, then they just end up being conned. So basically make sure that you go with the photocopy of the land title deed, then they'll approve it to you that the land physically is there, like it exists. So then go ahead and then negotiate the price. So when you negotiate the price, before doing the payments, please use a professional surveyor to verify the land size and demarcations, like where does this land start, where does it stop, and how big is it? Is the size the same that is claimed on the paper, or like on the land title? Is it the same size, or they're lying, or the other side was taken by the uncle, the relatives? So basically you have to know that, but then you have to hire a professional surveyor to do that. So basically what I can still say on a surveyor: verifying the property size before executing the transaction is very essential. Get a professional registered surveyor to carry out a photographic survey of the land and confirm to you the size, shape, and identify the land boundaries, like identify where the land boundaries are. Then it will be good for you to go. So that brings us to another point, which is preparation for the sale agreements. So you can prepare and be like, this is how much I'm going to pay according to this and that. So when you do that, then you can do the purchase of the land. But then after purchasing your land, show presence, put a signpost and fence your land. Put the signposts that have like not for sale, then your contact, so that it has like possession, like anyone passing there knows that that land is owned by someone. Because if you leave it open, some people will encroach on it, or in the future you'll have problems that your land was sold to some other people, or some other people have your land title. So basically you have to be aware of that, because it happens and it's happening and it will still happen. So be cautious about that. So the payment of the land rates, you must know the payment of the land rates is a legitimate requirement of land ownership, and the seller should clear any pendant rates on the property before completing the transaction. So make sure before you complete the transaction, the seller, the person selling to you land, has cleared all the rates that were pending on the land. Please note that, because you're going to do a very great mistake buying land that has a lot of money to pay legally, you understand? So make sure you also deal on that, and that will bring us to transfer document and constant of the transfer or land ownership to you. Like, you've already done the payment, so what is required, actually before even you give them the money on, you have to transfer the document. So the seller should organize, so the person selling to you is required to organize the transfer documents to be executed by both parties, and these documents will only be accomplished following an issued consent to transfer by the commissioner of land. Like, they will write to him, like it will be under his consent, and he has to transfer ownership of that land to you, basically through the documents, the land title. Then they will transfer everything into your name. But then you might buy land, then it has someone's name, and they'll be like, oh, the person who is selling this land is in Europe, is not around, and then they're going to sell for you land that is not there. That is not there. So the stamp duty payment the stamp duty payment, this one, the buyer has the obligation to pay the stamp duty. So for you who is buying, you have to know this in your head. You have the obligation to pay the taxes, the stamp duty, a tax levied on land transaction for the registration and transfer purposes. So if you want to register that land into your name and transfer ownership, you're going to pay for this. You're going to pay for this, not that. So it is also imperative to know that the registration of transfer at the land office cannot be executed not until the stamp duty has been cleared with the receipt to prove. So once you do the stamp duty and you have the receipt, that's when they will do the transfer into your names, and you own the land by yourself. You understand? So that is then another one. So now you can purchase your land after doing all the things. Then, but when during purchasing of the land, please show presence. Like you go on the land physically. If it's possible, meet the owner, the real owner. Otherwise you will regret. So it's basically good to meet the owner. Yeah, when you buy the land, what else you have to do? After you purchase the land, fence the land and put a poster including on it land not for sale. Yeah, after purchasing your land, show presence, put a signpost and fence your land. Put the signposts that have like not for sale, then your contact, so that it has like possession, like anyone passing there knows that that land is owned by someone. Because if you leave it open, some people will encroach on it, or in the future you'll have problems that your land was sold to some other people, or some other people have your land title. So basically you have to be aware of that, because it happens and it's happening and it will still happen. So be cautious about. So after doing all that, it's so unlikely that someone can follow all those procedures and still be conned or cheated on land. But then therefore, the good news is you can use a lawyer who will do all the transaction and advise you on the necessary transaction and proof for the legal ownership of land in Uganda. Thank you very much for watching my channel, and please subscribe if you think this information is so important and has helped you. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and press the notification bell so that every time I post a video, you are the first person to watch it. Don't forget to watch my video about 10 investment plans in Uganda, about mistakes to avoid before starting up a business. Please subscribe.